Hey, some friends. I'm symptomistic, like optimistic, but make it Sims. And we are starting a new series on this channel. I love to start a series with shopping bags and a little cast update. If you're new here, you've never seen my channel, like I do mostly LPs, 95% of the time. They often are challenges, and this is the Barbie challenge if you didn't see from the title. But this is the second generation. And I don't want to go too much into the rules for generation one. If you want to see like the challenge rules, you can look in the description. I will start this off more of like what is Barbie Jr., aka Chloe. She's changing her name any second. I'll explain that in a little bit. But I'll do more of like what's her background as opposed to what were the challenge rules. So Chloe here, she grew up pretty like modestly. She had everything she needed. They lived in a nice house in Newcrest, but her family was always in debt. She grew up with her dad Cameron, her mom Barbie, her twin sister Nikki, and then she has two younger brothers, Ken and Alan, who came along later, also twins. And they were in debt pretty much her whole life. She's a young adult now, but they literally just got out of debt as like her and Nikki were graduating high school. And that has made her very interested in making money and starting a new life. Her biggest disappointment to date is her parents not having enough money, including her. Like her sister Nikki were working. They didn't have enough money to send her to college, but Nikki got to go to college or university. And, that was pretty like sucky for her. And so she is now branching out on her own. Uh, she has a friend from high school who has helped her get a job with a friend's uncle at like a coffee company on the like corporate side. So she is very excited to get this opportunity without having a degree. She's going to be assistant to the manager. And, she's also changing her name to Chloe because she doesn't feel like a junior. She doesn't feel like she wants to grow up and be anything like her mom. And yeah, that's pretty much Chloe's story. There is a lot of backstory, so I highly suggest you watch the previous episodes. But we are starting off this with, some new outfits, some shopping bags. Her and her friend went shopping. She's just really preparing for this new life. She got a little bit of new makeup. And the plan is for her to move to a new apartment and start out on her own a little bit. This is her friend, her very helpful friend. This is them after their shopping trip. I think they are going to get some coffee. And yeah, they're just going to hang out a little bit. This build is from the gallery and it is like a shopping mall. So this is where, they went shopping. And then there is a coffee shop in this space. And so they will probably sit down and have some coffee and just chat and hang out. It's really nice to see Chloe out on her own and just really getting outside because she grew up not really going anywhere. They went like two places in their whole life because they really couldn't afford it. They barely could afford clothing when the Sims aged up. So this is really a different lifestyle. And I think Chloe is going to have to figure out how to manage this. This coffee shop is really, really busy, but it's not necessarily my taste, but we will try it. And it looks like, also, okay, let's start with the challenge before we get into this person, Jonathan, that Chloe is meeting on the street here. He probably will need a makeover if they end up being friends or something like that. But so the challenge rules for this generation is for the sim to max out their logic skill, max out their charisma, which Chloe is very close to already doing. She's been working on it since she was a child. She's always talking in the mirror, so she's already very charming. Nasty looking broken sim, get out of here. Please, please, please get out of here. Like, how do we get rid of you, girl? But yeah, so she's been working on that since she was younger. She's already started working on her logic skill. Even though she's charming, she's still kind of like in her shell just because of how she grew up, but she's like naturally charming and people are drawn to her even though she doesn't quite realize that, but she will as she gets older. She'll realize like how much she can kind of like, you know, get from the world. And she also has to have the fabulously wealthy aspiration. Let me know if I'm forgetting anything else in the comments. I don't think so. But that I feel like that's the hard part of the challenge, like to get her to that place. And so that is what we'll be working on, but also like just having this series will be very different than the last generation. I want this to be a lot more fun. I want to see Chloe make some mistakes. I mean, Barbie made mistakes as well, if you look. Like, I don't think her family being in debt was like the ideal, but I feel like that was more of like Barbie wanting a particular lifestyle and just doing what she had to do to keep that lifestyle. So, yeah, I feel like this Chloe will be making more mistakes. Chloe also has like the single and loving it lifestyle. We'll see if she sticks with that, but I think that's important to note. Uh yeah, so that I feel like you guys are pretty much caught up to everything you need to know about this new star of the LP. So I didn't even show them eating in that coffee shop because I didn't like the aesthetics. I had to get out of there. But I wanted to show you Chloe's outfit for work that she also got. I didn't show that in the beginning. And so this is Chloe's outfit for work. And I hope you like the cast integration in this LP because I think I'll be doing that a lot in this LP. I will be giving Sims makeovers. I won't really show the whole process of making over the Sims, but I will be giving many of the Sims that Chloe interacts with makeovers. One thing I'm excited about for this LP is like workwear because I don't really have a lot of my Sims dress in workwear. This is both Chloe and her dad, Cameron, who, if you're new here, you haven't met, but this is them leaving her work. But yeah, I'm excited about the workwear looks that are coming, and we'll see. Already, something's already going on at work. Dirty money. Okay, so listen. Chloe is the assistant to the manager. She's not getting involved in this. Like, she knows that these things can have big fallouts from her dad being a detective, and she does not want to be involved. She's going to act like she did not see anything, that she doesn't want to get fired. She's like, I can't afford, like, she feels like this is her only hope out of this house, out of this family. And so she's not going to say jack about this money. And yeah, we're just gonna act like we didn't see nothing. Hopefully there's no fallout from that, but we're just gonna move on. And I know this is not about the rest of the family, but I just want to show y'all Nikki's outfit because it was so cute. She essentially went out and spent a little money too because she's been seeing, so Chloe and Nikki have a bit of like sibling rivalry. Like they love each other, but they do kind of compete. I think it's just like being twins and being compared to each other a lot. And so Nikki saw that Chloe went out and bought some new outfits. So Nikki was like, you know what, I can look cute on campus. I can buy some new clothes too. And so Nikki did the same thing, switched up her hair a little bit. Nothing as elaborate because she is not as like flashy. I wouldn't say flashy. Like she might actually be more flashy, but uh, she just didn't spend as much money. I think she cares more about like what's going on with the family than to spend that much money. So I'm just adjusting their income based on different things. I have to do that in my game. Like I don't go into cast and not take money from my Sims, or sometimes like I just build my own storyline with UI cheats. I don't even know how I used to play without UI cheats. But yeah, this is pretty much like a good example of what Nikki and the mom, that was the mom Barbie, with the vacuum and the stilettos. And so this is their pet sheep Taffy that is running around here. And this is like pretty much what their life looks like. It's crowded, it's too many things in the hallway. The mom is dressed up and cleaning the house. Like this is what Chloe kind of wants to get away from. As you can see, Nikki's university projects are taken over, and like, yeah, this is the life that Chloe wants to move on. Like, science experiments, it's too much. It's too much for Chloe. Chloe got a promotion on the first day on the job. Well, maybe not the first day. I think this is like the second day, but very quickly after getting this job, I think in part because she didn't snitch, but we're not going to deal with that. And so she's already back to buying herself another outfit. But Chloe is like, look, oh, and she got like herself a nice watch. She's like, it is time to move on. Like, now she is assistant manager, which is different than assistant to the manager. And she feels like, you know what? I can do this. I do not need to go back to school. I can do this. And she has this conversation with her mom, and her mom's like, you know, like, I'm proud of you, even though I want you to find a husband and kind of work from home, like helping with your children and all that. I'm proud of you for going after what you want. And Chloe's kind of surprised that her mom is like supportive, even though she threw in that little like husband comment. She feels a little closer to her mom, and like maybe they'll have like a better relationship now that she's moving out and her mom is supportive of her moving out. She knew that eventually she would be on her own. Her mom just wants her to be safe because she is a woman on her own, and you know, her mom only did that for like very limited time. Like, Barbie basically lived with her parents, and then pretty shortly after her parents moved out of this house. This is her parents' house, by the way. This is Barbie's parents' house. And so she's never left her parents' house. And so this is all like very new to Barbie. But enough about Barbie. We are getting an apartment in the city, which I am very excited about. I really need some new scenery in my game. And yeah, we're just going to get an apartment. So I thought that Chloe would be able to afford um to keep this furniture, but like my math was wrong. So Barbie cannot afford to keep this furniture. She's going to move into this apartment unfurnished. And it's going to be, sorry, not Barbie, Chloe. Chloe is going to move into this apartment unfurnished, and it is going to be a bit of a struggle for Chloe, probably a little more than she thinks. Like, she's not really thinking like, oh, I have to buy furniture, I have to buy food. You just got this promotion. Like, you don't really make that much money. You don't really have much money saved. She had like maybe 2,000 simoleons saved. And yeah, it's gonna go all to getting like the very basics. So Chloe is in for a rude awakening. I'm hoping that like her excitement will carry her through. Because I think this is a very exciting moment. Like, she basically is like, what, 18, moving out on her own, and like this apartment in the city, which she kind of always dreamed of. Like, even she's just like walking around this apartment and she's just like, gosh, like, this is so beautiful. Like, even she loves looking at the billboard. Like, she's like, look at that, like, successful person in that billboard. And even though it's a studio apartment, it's clean, it's hers, and she's just really excited to be here, and I'm excited to play this new challenge, and I'm excited for her to meet new people in the city and all of that. So Chloe decides to go out and meet her neighbor, this elderly woman that lives by, lives in the apartment building. And I didn't give this woman much of a makeover because I just didn't feel like it. I feel like they're not going to be super close. It's just going to be a neighbor. And, I felt like she looked all right. I just gave her a little skin detail. Like, I felt like, she looked all right. And so Chloe's telling her a little bit about what she does. And this is kind of when Chloe starts learning how charming she is. So Chloe's telling her, like, hey, I work for a coffee shop. Well, not a coffee shop, a coffee company. And, it's kind of like a startup. And, I like deal with like a lot of investments and things like that. And this woman is like, hey, like, I would like to invest in in this company. And Chloe's like, really? I can take the money and you know, we can do some investments. I can't promise you like it'll take off. And Chloe's like, sorry, the elderly woman is like, okay, yeah, that's cool. I understand. Investments go up and down. And I think just like that, Chloe has some extra money to buy some furniture. And she's like, you know, you're such a nice woman. I'm glad to be living here. I feel a lot safer knowing that you're here. And she's kind of like turning on the charm. And she's going to take this money and she's going to go out and she's gonna go to a bar and like hang out because she did not have the money to do that before. And so I showed what the name of this build was so that you can find it on the gallery. I try to do that when I remember, but this is this cute little modern restaurant bar by the water, which Chloe could not imagine. Like, this is very simple, but this is like she cannot imagine being able to do this as an adult. And so she's gonna go to this outside bar. She's gonna have her first drink as an adult. Now, how do y'all feel about what Chloe did with that elderly woman? Do you feel like she scammed her? I feel like it was a little scammy because Chloe does not really plan on investing. Chloe plans on investing that money in herself. And yeah, but pause. I want to show you Parker. He is a guy that she met while sitting here, and I just gave him a little makeover. I'm not going to show the before, but he is kind of like an outdoorsy, cool guy. Like, I think he's like a bartender, just very chill, laid back, and sorry, my battery. But yeah, I guess this was like a singles night, so there's a bunch of people that are single here, and you know, Chloe thought he was like kind of cute. I think he thought she was more attractive than she thought he was, but you know, she's just talking to him, getting to know him. But yeah, anyway, I think Chloe is scamming slightly by asking for money for investments because she's just investing it in herself. I think she's telling herself like, hey, if I get like super rich like I plan on, like I'll give this money back, but like who knows if that'll happen. This is not like what somebody means when they say invest their money. They don't mean invest it in you and then if you get rich, like you give the money back. They mean put it in some kind of company stock. And Chloe's not doing that. Chloe doesn't know how to do that. But yeah, it's so busy here. Controversial take. I know a lot of people, well, I will say this. Sometimes I agree that there's not enough people on lots, but in these moments, like I don't have anything on to make extra people on lots, and I'm already like overwhelmed by all these people. So controversial take, I don't always like mad people on lots. Maybe the huge lots look empty. Well, let me know in the comments what you think about that. I think I'm gonna have Chloe have another drink. I think she's gonna get some more food. She's gonna flirt with Parker a little more. And yeah, I think she's gonna take that food home. I don't want her to be out too late. I don't think she's very focused on her job and she's excited. Uh, but I think she's gonna head home pretty soon because yeah, especially the people showing up in costumes, like yeah, I think she's gonna head home pretty soon so that she can get to work. But you know, at least she met Parker and that's a little fun connection. Hopefully she can make like more friends in the city. I actually think he's from Windenburg, but yeah, hopefully she can make more friends in the city. So Chloe had to sleep on the floor last night, but her delivery came early this morning. She has a bed, she has a fridge, I think she has a toilet. She was able to put her food in it. Uh, she might have a trash can. I think she has a toilet and a sink. And that's it for now. No counters. Obviously, she has some lights. But that's it. And so she's gonna eat some leftover bar food for breakfast because that is what it comes down to. But Chloe is feeling focused. She is not deterred by this empty space in her apartment. She is motivated and ready to take on the world. I also wanted to just take a moment here to thank the new subscribers and the people that have been watching. I do know that there has been some long breaks between videos, and it's been pleasant to see that I've still been getting subscribers as well as viewers. So I just want to say welcome to the new Sim friends, and especially thank you to the old Sim friends, the OG Sim friends, for coming back. And while I was flapping my gums, some things happened. Our boy Parker asked Chloe on a date. So that is where we're heading off to now. Also, if you like my loading screen, let me know in the comments and I will respond. So they're going to Willow Creek. Well, girl, you're not in your towel. Let's change that. I hate it. I hate it. That should be like automatic. They automatically change their outfits when they stop running. Why can't they automatically change their outfits when they go to a freaking restaurant and they just got out the shower? But at least you know she's clean for her date. So he took her to this cute little bar in Willow Creek, and we know very little about Parker besides like him being single. I think he is also a bartender, so we do trust his taste in restaurants and bars. Like I think we know a little bit. I think he seems like he's also into music as well. Um and he's a little frisky. So, yeah, we're not doing that yet. Chloe's not Chloe's not with that. So Chloe's gonna be like, nah. They just got on a date. Like I don't know. Yeah, I don't know how this bodes well for Parker, but it seems like Chloe still likes him. It doesn't seem like he was offended by her saying no. Maybe she feels like this is very transparent. I don't know, but they are definitely gonna not take it to that level quite yet. So we're gonna have them get some drinks. This bar is not super exciting. It was in the save file, and I am slowly updating my save file as I play through. So, some of these Sims, we're gonna get them together. Just it takes time. I don't automatically bring in Sims I have in my gallery. I don't know. I feel like my save files are so tailored to the gameplay that I have that I don't want to just just add Sims in here, if that makes sense. Like I want them to meet the Sims and then be like, okay, let's make them over. But let me know what y'all do. We are just gonna get a drink. It looks like he's on the phone. Oh, I think he's actually supposed to be at work. Parker, he's supposed to be at work and he's not. So it's kind of busy in this bar. See, this is what I mean about like me getting overwhelmed. For some reason, my game today is all about people being out and about. Some days it's like we're the people, but I'm gonna have them sit kind of tucked off in this little corner here and get to know each other. Okay, we got some wine, and I also want to make it clear for those that are just watching this and haven't seen the backstory or who might have felt like I didn't include some things in, but Chloe doesn't really have a dating history, so that's also a thing why she probably wasn't put off by Parker being so forward. She really is kind of new to this dating. She's charming, and so I feel like she pulls this off very well. Like she's not awkward or anything like that, but she didn't have a boyfriend in high school. I think she flirted with this one girl, and that was kind of just very light, but again, nothing, no kisses, no nothing, no dates, none of that. So she's feeling confident. She's not, again, there's not that kind of, I would say, like more normal. Like most people, if they've never been on a date, they'd be a little nervous, but Chloe's not like that. And so Parker is not picking up on any of that. And yeah, they're just chatting a little bit about how Chloe just moved to San Moschino. She's really excited to take on the world. Parker kind of says, like, it doesn't seem like you're just starting out. It seems like you know what you're doing and that, like, you're very on top of things. And Chloe is kind of like, listen, I'm struggling too. Like, I'm really starting from the bottom. And I think they really bond on this kind of like starting from the bottom thing, and that Parker's really impressed that she just seems like she has it together. I think because of her confidence, because she does know how to put some looks together. She got that from her mom. Like with very little, she can put a lot together. And so, yeah, they've been impressed. And Chloe's just making sure Parker is single, and that there's nothing weird happening there. Chloe is going to text her mom while Parker is at the bar getting more drinks, because she knows her mom would be proud that she's on a date. Like mom is all about getting a man. Barbie is all about getting a man and just finding that man and then becoming a housewife. Chloe's not interested in that, but she knows like that's a good way to bond with her mom. Her mom is interested in that type of thing. And if you want to see more of that kind of vibe, definitely watch the first generation, the previous legacy. Oh, she is in her lingerie. Okay. This bar doesn't seem like that's appropriate. Oh, they're getting food. That's what they're getting. So they're gonna eat a little bit. I don't really think that much is gonna happen, but I'll come back on if something else interesting pops up. Chloe finished her food and it looks like she does like flirting, which is not really surprising because of her charisma. I don't really know. I mean, she obviously likes Parker, but that being like oh, I don't know. Somebody said some awkward stuff. I missed that. But it seems like she does like flirting in general. Doesn't seem like, look, she's having a good time with Parker, but I don't know if there's any emotional ties there, but she's enjoying like dating. I think it's the single and loving it trait that's making her enjoy dating. And, she's willing to kiss him. And I think they're going to leave it at that on the date. And I think this is like a pretty good place to kind of wrap this first episode up. Like, I know I threw a lot at you all, the backstory, the current story. And yeah, leave any questions and comments below. Let me know what you think. I'm Symptomistic, like optimistic, but make it Sims. Thank y'all for watching. Bye, Sim friends.